Hello everyone, and welcome to FTL, Faster Than Light. I'm probably not going to be doing an entire Let's Play of this game because, you know, it's run-based. I haven't really played that much of it, successfully anyway. So yeah, let's make a new ship here and start a new run. We'll just keep everything default. And we'll enable advanced content and keep this on easy because this game is difficult enough for me. I'm not going to be reading these out aloud. I'll just be reacting to them. Right, so this is just our initial explanation of our quest here. Across space. Okay, so now let's chart our course. I'm not confident in handling a distress beacon immediately. Actually, wait, do we need to spend any... Wrong thing. I am going to just grab some extra piloting there. I kind of want to hit those nebula locations early on. But then again, we have limited fuel. Nah, it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to charge my weapons. Yeah, this is not something I'm going to stick around for. I'll throw up the burst laser just to try and do something while we're trying to run away, but we are going to run away here. Yeah, well, so are we. We actually might be able to kill this thing. I'm getting this guy over here for this. Okay, so devil's advocate time. I want more scrap. The pulsar itself is not dangerous. They are. I don't feel like letting pirates escape. There, they can't run away. Just superficial damage, not bad. Hey, and we got an augment. Let's go and help with repairs. Oh yeah, and I can save their positions too, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've played this game. Once I get everyone healed up, and then I get their positions saved. There we go. We're good to go. You know what? Let's just go back on track and go this way down. I have a bad feeling about that nebula. And we immediately get hit with rebels. Okay, so they do have a missile launcher. I will make use of a missile just this once. Forgot to have auto fire on there. Actually, wait, if we focus fire on the room they're technically going to try and repair. No, I don't want them escaping. There we go. Because if they escape, they're going to let the fleet know we're here. Hopefully there are no fires in that room. No, just damaged sensors. Okay. So right now I'm kind of torn between whether or not I want to try getting upgrades towards the shield first, because a second layer would be very good to have early game, or if I want to just go all out in engines and just try and get my evasion as high as I can to avoid situations with missiles. So for those that are unaware, missiles in this game penetrate shields, except for like Zoltan shields, which is like an extra green over shield thing. But I'm not really worried about that right now. Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll play a little longer and see what situations arise that I might need it more in. Interesting. It doesn't have any drone capacity. It looks like it only has an ion weapon there, hiding under its hull. I don't know. If I attack the ship, then it could get away, but it's also very low health. And we'll hit it. We'll see what happens. Oh, and no shields too. Yeah, this should be pretty easy. Wait, it also technically doesn't have engines? Oh, no, it does. I misread the symbol. Yeah, easy. Nothing. All right. Oh. Oh, wait, we get to see what was in here. So that would have been an ion storm. That would have been hell to navigate. Yeah, and another ship, but there's always ships in these sectors. Yeah, we got some spare scrap. Let's see what this distress beacon is. This would have been a time that it would have been great to have extra shields. Yeah, why not? We'll try and help. Ow. Alright, sure. Oh, no. Actually, no. I want you on doors. There we go. And yes, we don't have like an automatic fire control system, but if you starve a room of oxygen, you can get rid of the flames. Actually, buddy, you should probably not be in a oxygen-deprived environment. I'll wait until this gets at least up to 85 before I send it back in. Gotta make sure they can breathe. Actually, they should be fine. The room's not completely blacked out. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So it'll cost me 50 scrap for the second shield barrier, and then I'm gonna need an extra 2 power for that. Technically only 1 if I disable the Artemis missile launcher. We'll go for it. There. Then that'll keep a nice barrier between us and everything else. I think we'll just hit these last 2, and then the store, and then maybe this one, and then hit the exit. Tuco, huh? Lots of lasers on that. No drones. Okay, so this is also a slug ship. So the slugs are telepaths, so they can determine where our crew is inside of our ship just by being alive. I might invest in one of them as a crewmate later on just to have as a sensor dude. Oh, their position changes when you're... Okay, that's funny. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so for ships like this that have lots of guns and weak shields, especially for a burst laser that fires 3 times at once, we will hit their weapons first. Limit the amount of damage that they can do to us. They'll eventually try and flee. I'll disable their engines, if there's any crew left, that is, and then just destroy the ship. Simple plan. Works every time. They can't fire more than twice? Oh, we just won this fight without even needing to worry about it. That's amazing. Actually, they can't even kill us, really. I'll just hit their oxygen supply and see what happens. Yep. No, I do not accept surrender from pirates. Normally in a situation like this, before they would run away, like if my shield was just good enough, I would have someone set on the shield station and would just train them up in the skill and like max out their profession, because every last one of my crewmates has different skills that affect how well they do their jobs on board, but like you kind of need them to be maxed out early game if you want to do well, but like I don't care. Let's keep going. Eventually I think I will sell that rocket launcher and the missiles I have, or the missile launcher I mean. Months of wait. This is not a trap if you're just patiently waiting. Never mind. Okay, so this is a little dicey here. They've got a teleporter, which means that they'll have hostile people on board. What do I want to do here? I shouldn't actually need evasion. Sorry, I'm going through a bunch of different outcomes in my head. I'll just play and see what happens. But we definitely want to destroy that first. If this shoots only once... Oh, that's a Rockman. I'll keep you there for just a minute. And then move you over here. We're gonna open that up to space. Yeah, I know he's destroying my engines, but... Sorry, I'm still thinking a bunch in my head here rather than multitasking, so let me just pause and explain what's going on. So, I don't like teleporters because it lets enemy people get aboard your ship and then they can wreck things and damage your systems. Right down here you can see that most of my engines for the top bar has been destroyed, but it hasn't really affected it yet. So long as you have at least one bar good and powered, you can charge your FTL and escape. But I don't want to here because, you know, yeah. I need scrap. I damaged their transporter so that way he can't be pulled back home and I can kill him here with lack of oxygen. Once they're in this situation, they'll try and escape the room. If you don't have anything higher than level 1 doors, they can just walk through them. So keeping a guy here on the door station hardens them to the next level up. So then he can't escape, at least not easily. If he gets to the oxygen system, though, and this entire area does not have oxygen supplied to it, it's going to cause some major problems across the whole ship. We're not going to be able, in order to repair that very easily without oxygen. God, I wish I had Alanis, which is a guy who doesn't need oxygen, whoop-de-doo. Let's continue fighting this ship. This fight probably won't take as long as normal. What I normally like doing is killing off all of the crew aboard a ship, because then that gives you the most amount of scrap. Oh, they're pirates. No, I will not accept surrender. So the reason why I'm still attacking the same system over and over again is primarily because I'm trying to hit the crew in there. Yeah, there we go. Now he's dead. Actually, that damage didn't take, huh? Actually, whoever this is needs to heal a bit. Alright, very good. See, that second shield is already coming in really handy. I would still prefer higher evasion, though, but... Alright, let's go to this store next. And I can sell some things. Ooh, a whole beam. No. Not really needing that on this build. We're not really that hurt. I'll leave the repairs for later. And I'm not really interested in these, though. Drone control I would normally do on, like, an NG ship, which they're kind of like robot people. They're meant to do drone control stuff, but I want to hold out for a couple of other systems. Drones do allow for, like, hacking and stuff. So you can temporarily, like, seal certain rooms of a ship, or, like, disable a given room, like their weapons or their oxygen, which are kind of useful, but they require drone parts in excess to use. Normally, I try and do just, like, gunship builds, where I try and find a decent number of just normal weapons in mass and use them here, because the Kestrel does have 4 slots for guns, versus other ships that would normally only have, like, 3. Oh. Nah, I'm not really up for any of these. Let's sell some stuff. I definitely want to get rid of the Artemis, but... By teleportation, I do not need this one. I think I'm just gonna move on. We still have 20 fuel, so that's more than enough to get across a sector. We'll be fine. Alright, let's hit one more ship. This is a pirate ship, but they're non-hostile, so I think I'll just leave them be. Live and let live and all that. Okay, I'm gonna help these people out. It doesn't look like the type to run away from a fight. It's not shielded. I'll hit its engines first. Those weapons shouldn't be able to breach my shields. Yeah, I figured. So the reason why you would want to attack the engines and bridge at this point is to limit its evasion, so that way it's easier to target. Normally ships that have a lot more health will take longer to kill than this. Hey! Thanks, guys. Ooh. Alright, so let's select what sector we want to go and roll to next. Uncharted nebulas. Uncharted nebulas, the rebels are actually prepared for us in, so being in a nebula is not as advantageous. NG controlled are primarily like civilian sectors though, so we won't exactly get as much scrap. Actually, I'm not sure if that's true or not anymore. It's been a long time since I played this game. But these typically don't have, like, civilian sectors are typically a little easier on your ship. You won't get in as many fights. And there won't always be as much scrap, but you can get good tech here. Hostile sectors, you will fight a lot, expect hell. And nebulas just expect to be completely blind and not be able to see shit. Ultimately, it determines on what kind of run I want this to be. You know what? Let's go to the NG sector. And then call it quits for today. Yeah, the Mantis. Alright, folks. Well, thank you for joining me for the first episode of FTL. I'll see you in the next one.